All right, let's talk. Let's talk about cortisol. So cortisol, it's one of these stress hormones that's created, and I guess it happens when people are experiencing a lot more stress in their life. And let's face it, the world can be stressful, and folks that go out into the working world, they can find some stresses there. I think there's an issue with our world today because we have most of the world now is under a currency system. And if you know anything about currency, especially now, well, currency is not really backed by anything. And today we've seen hyperinflation. The dollar is no longer backed by gold and silver. Our real money has intrinsic value and it's inflation proof. There's a certain amount of gold and silver that can be produced, and there can be a certain amount of gold and silver in circulation. So there's some benefit to that. Prior to 1970, we had gold and silver certificates. So you could take your dollar in and trade it in for gold and silver. You can't do that anymore because there's no gold reserves. Some people say we are the backing now for the currency, which is not great because none of us really necessarily know how to use that. I don't want to get into that at this point, but what I do want to talk about is women and cortisol. The problem today is that this feminist movement, all of this new age liberal stuff has fooled so many women into being a worker and doing something to try to create, to try to basically go out and make their own living, or to be a provider as well. And there is nothing worse than that for a woman, because taking a woman, putting her in a 40-hour work week job, it takes a toll. I mean, yeah, you might see some women that somehow are able to stay thin and look nice, but a lot of times there's this cortisol and stress is created, and these women, they become overweight, and they become less attractive because of this. So I think it really behooves men to do what they can to provide. And you don't have to be an ultra millionaire. You don't. And I don't want to say that money is all that there is. And again, we don't have money today. But it's important for women not to have to work a huge amount. I mean, honestly, there are parts of existence where women do work. There are things that women can do to work and to provide something. But when a woman takes a husband, or a husband takes a wife, or a man takes a wife, he should be the main provider. And maybe there might be some tough times where mama can work or should work, but for the most part, I think men should be the providers. I'm not saying that if a woman does want to work, she can't, but I think naturally she should be working in some sort of feminine-centered type of career. Nursing, food services, childcare, these sort of things. But still, this idea of keeping women free of cortisol-inducing environments is important. And men as well should work to find natural ways to relieve stress, like meditation. That's super, super vital, super key, developing a meditation habit. So women that are working too much, though, and they're working in areas where stress is created, and a lot of that just naturally happens in the working world, it's not a good thing. So I really think women should be at home looking after the kids, especially when the kids are little. That's vitally important. And men should be out there doing the work. And you can economize if you have to. You don't need all of these things. Like, one of the key things is to get rid of your television, and you'll see that you don't have the desires that you would if you have a television in your house, because that's what the television is designed to do, to make you feel like you're less in order to be like whoever it is on TV that's supposedly the best. So get rid of your television, get rid of all your garbage subscriptions. You don't need them. So that's it for this video. If you found some value in it, please visit my website, beyond-dating.com. Get a free copy of my book, The Sex Education You Never Received, to help you find your ideal soulmate. And if you also would, I ask you to like, subscribe, and share. I'm going to be posting daily videos. My mission is to post a daily video for basically another year. So I've got a lot more days ahead of me, and I'm doing this for you guys. I want to help. My mission is to save and improve the institution of marriage. So if you care about marriage and you want to have a good one, visit my website. And that's it for this video. As always, the light in me honors the light in you. Peace.